Hi.
Hi. We are Pitch-Lock Productions.
Welcome to the making of The Dormroom by Suli Breaks. My name is Caleb Shaffer, the director.
And my name's Stephen Wyatt, the director of photography. We hope you enjoy watching this just as much as we enjoyed making it.
Inspiration behind the Dormroom EP is just within the namesake, you know what I mean? The inspiration, it all took place. I didn't formulate it, but it was all based on my experiences being in the dorm room as a young adult trying to find himself or growing into himself. So that's basically just, the EP is an embodiment of that growth process that I went through during that 3-year period, I guess.
I actually got involved in a roundabout way. I was writing a film that involved a spoken word piece at the end of it. So I then started doing research into spoken word and came across Suli Breaks. That research came a bit of an obsession, and I kind of viewed all his stuff and became a fan basically. I
got involved when initially I put out a blast on my networks.
To which I responded and said that I and Pitch-Lock could lend something different to what his previous work had been. He was interested, sent me the song.
His treatment showed that he'd actually listened to what I was doing.
And the idea was based around the track, basically. It was how he became something different within his time in the dorm room.
And so I was like, you know what, let me give this guy a shot. I checked out their show reel. It was pretty impressive, and I was pretty much sold. The intro to my EP was me inviting people into the world of my dorm room, the EP.
There was 3 basic setups. There was the real life dorm room and his journey. There was also the inspirational message that he was putting on, which we put in a blackout room. And then there was also the metaphorical inspirational Suli, where he appears in 3 different setups, where he basically says to people who are struggling, you know, there are people out there who will help you and have got your back, and keep going basically.
My memories from the first day on set, man, I think that's probably the first time I've officially been on a set, because I've worked on lots of videos and we've been on sets, but we haven't been on sets to this extent. The first day we started, what I remember is being very tired and taking caffeine tablets. I arrived in Manchester at 3 AM. We started filming at 7 AM and didn't finish filming until 2 AM the next morning. It was a 13-man crew and everybody had a purpose.
The scene basically was, as the start of the track is, kind of like an interview of Suli, who introduces what the track and what his EP is about. So we needed somebody to play our journalist, which was played by the wonderful Stephanie Hutchinson.
Cameras, okay, board in. Happy, Cal?
Yep.
Okay.
Action.
So why did you decide to call it the dorm room?
And it was slow at first, but gradually I began to, in between those piles of clothes and unwashed dishes, I found myself. No, better yet, I created myself. The next location, the dorm room, that was pretty impressive, man.
I think we had 2 dorm rooms that we actually got and we were ready to film in, but I made a kind of executive decision that because of the space, the time, the ease of working, we decided to actually film in a house and dress it to look like a dorm room.
But then when we actually started turning it into a dorm room, I didn't know the lengths these guys want to take to turn it into a dorm room. They had like cereal bowl, which is half eaten. They had empty takeaway wrappers, which are half eaten. They had random posters on the wall, books all over the place. We went to great lengths to recreate that exact dorm room scenario, and that was pretty impressive. And it did mirror a dorm room. You walk in there and inside you'd think you're on a campus. When you walk back outside, you walk into the house. I like that. I really like that. That's my first time of stage production and production, I guess, creation.
That doesn't count. Hello, my name's Stephen Wyatt. I was the director of photography on the dorm room. There's a particular scene in the dorm room where we show Suli's arrival into the dorm room and where he begins to move in and decorate his room. So we ended up doing the scene as a time lapse. So we figured out we needed about 30 minutes of footage. So what that gave us in the end was a 15-second sequence played back at 25 frames a second of his moving into the dorm room and decorating it.
In the track itself, it sounds kind of very echoey and different to the other parts of the track, so I thought about the idea of almost a ring announcer style format, but in a completely blacked out room, and you'd have different versions of Suli appearing from left to right of frame depending on actually which channel the sound is given off.
We'll do it line by line again, and I'll try and pause it after each one.
I felt like it was in that in between.
Thank you.
Welcome to my world. UOSB. I found myself. Yeah. I create myself. People often say that this or that person has not yet found themselves, but the self is not something one finds. So re-performing the words on camera, it was difficult, but at the same time it gave me a renewed kind of vigor about the words. It gave me that, yo, this is powerful, and it really wanted me to be in that powerful moment. But it was difficult, always re-performing. It's hard to capture the essence.
We needed to film and capture the inspirational Suli moments.
The whole idea behind that, which I really liked, was basically I was the personification of my message. So I was exemplifying that in the video, and this was me, my message reaching these people.
And we had 3 different setups. One was a dancer, played by Natasha Julien, who came in, and I basically asked her to give me a very emotive piece, and then throughout that to kind of struggle and kind of give up. And this is where Suli will appear, kind of touch her on her shoulder as a kind of visual metaphor to say, you can do this, you're not on your own type thing. And then he'll disappear into the sunset, and then she'll kind of pipe up and really kind of motivate herself to keep going, keep chasing her dream. We're filming in Newall Green Higher School, and we used one of their students, Jack, who was actually really brilliant in fact, and took to the role and kind of gave it us pretty quickly. So his role was kind of, he was struggling to keep up whilst everyone around him was working hard. Suli appears and kind of takes a beat and then just really motivates himself to carry on and dig deeper. Which I'd like to thank Bethan Evans for, who kind of provided us the on-set support above and beyond.
The fact that she was so cooperative about the whole project, and the fact that she allowed us to film in that environment, and she was totally for it. Everything we suggested, she was getting down for them to do it. She's a really good teacher, man. I couldn't have done a better job myself, if I'm entirely honest.
Pretending, imagining that you are copying from the board or doing your work for the lesson, or do it now task, or whatever you would do at the beginning of the lesson in this classroom.
You know, normally you get in a school and you have actors to play students. These were real students, 100% real students, and we had to work with that and make that happen. That was a cool, interesting challenge, man.
And then the third and final scenario was a runner. So we shot in Longford Park in Chiltern, which got permission from Patrick Claffey, which was a massive bonus to have that, 'cause it's a beautiful looking track. And we used an actor called Peter Yarker, who turned up on a freezing cold morning in shorts and t-shirt and ran around a track, kind of giving us the physical and facial expressions needed to show somebody who was training to compete for somebody and hits the wall, basically, and then with the help of the Suli metaphor, kind of really kicks home and goes forward with his goal to become the best runner he wants to be.
Everything's gone really well. The crew's been amazing. Everyone we've asked to take part and be involved in it has kind of come up trumps. Don't think we could have asked for anything more.
Definitely, man. Especially with the time limit we had and the boundaries that we really pushed. Like, I mean, like, you guys pushed the boundaries to really take the visuals to the next level. The way we pushed those limits and we still managed to achieve it, I definitely think it's been awesome, man.
Right from our initial telephone conversation when Suli called me up to basically say he was interested in working together and he'd read my pitch and he would like to talk through it further, we basically clicked. Caleb is a really cool dude. What I like about him is there's two dynamics. I think every professional should have two dynamics whereby on set they're focused and they're professional, then offset they're a person that you like and you can really talk to and have fun with. Caleb's a very cool guy. You know, he's fun to be around, he's very inspirational anyway. And I was excited to work with somebody of his calibre. And I like his ambition, and also not his ambition just for this project, but his ambition for future projects. We've got something in the pipeline that we're working on together, a short film called One Word, which will be coming soon. Because the ideas he was putting forward are phenomenal, and he has such a wide experience in terms of not just in the film relation, but also on a people basis. I feel like he's someone that can relate to. When we entered the classroom, all the kids and the teachers were basically ready to go, and we had to obviously set up. So we basically pushed Suli out and said, entertain them whilst we set up. I think he was thinking it would be a 5-10 minute operation, which turned out to be, 45 minutes to an hour. And he was amazing. He kept them engaged. They were really responding to him, and it gave us the time to prepare, but it also gave us the atmosphere to be able to work in because they were really responding to him. You pitch a lot. The efficiency is very, very impressive, you know what I mean? And it means a lot because as an artist, you realise that you can take your words to one level with the audio or through like speaking them out, but also you need a good team to bring it to the visuals, you know what I mean? And it's always kind of it's kind of like a sigh of relief to be like, yeah, these people are getting it right. They're representing what I say and how I wanted to see it visually conveyed to an audience. I also felt privileged to be around somebody of his sort of standing, but also his message and his outwardly view on the things. And that's what attracted me to the idea in the first place. It wasn't just a piece of work for me, it was actually doing something that I felt proud of and would want to lend my skills to somebody else's skills. So it was a good collaboration all around. And I hope that's seen in the video, and I hope people have enjoyed watching the video. Just a new spin on Suli's previous work.
Okay, board in. Cool, good board, thank you. Right. Set, action.
Cut.
Camera cut. It's a wrap, guys.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. We are Pitch Lock Productions.
Welcome to...